It's all three of us. It's all three of us. I forgot even to bring myself at the beginning. This show from the get-go has been an absolute mess, but it's fine. I'm not talking way back when it started because it was fine. It was fine. When I first started, it was fine. But now I'm a nervous wreck.
Ah, don't be, man. We're here. We're here. This is all people care about, Ali, that we're here. I hope that's
all of this just because I wanted a thumbnail, my own thumbnail that I made for the show at the beginning, but because this little turd decided to die from batteries, it wouldn't let me switch to the Mac to upload it.
I've got that same keyboard on my Mac over there. Same one, yeah. The batteries do last a long time. It'll just end on you out of nowhere, yeah.
I was going to do a whole thing at the beginning of the show to say I've got a new hat.
Oh, you do? Yeah, that's true.
My kids got me for Father's Day, yeah? So I got this is the real hat. And I even forgot to come on in the hat that my oldest got me this hat for Father's Day. My youngest.
Oh, here we go. Fashion show.
Got me this
skinny top on the hat.
But I can't wear headphones with it. It's very hard to wear it. It's got the
little spinny, yeah.
Yeah. I do like it.
Very neat.
It's very comfortable. It's very
90s. That's a 90s thing, isn't it? We had that back when we were kids.
I think so, yeah.
Wear these things?
No, it was the umbrella. It was the umbrella thing. Remember that? The small little umbrella on top of the hat.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember the hat with the beer, where people was like,
I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, the 2 beers, right? And you can sit there and you're drinking them. Yeah.
Oh
you still see those at baseball games.
I drunk more.
Like that, yeah.
I should have done that. That would have been a thing. That would have worked. You know, the raging alcoholic on the show with the beers in his hat would have been. It have worked, but now I don't drink anymore. People, but I do a little bit. I've got a beer tonight. It's a little bit a sneaky one. A sneaky one. While mum and dad are away, Lee's got the flu. It's fine. I can go out to play.
I put the hat on because on Sunday somebody was like, "Where's the hat, dude?" And I'm like, "Because it's been the last 2 times I haven't worn the hat." So I was like, "I got to wear the hat tonight, whether I like it or not." Dude. You know?
I don't know. I don't know if a backwards hat suits me or not. Should I try it?
I mean, Elizondo wore a backwards hat. Why can't you? You know, that works. No. It works.
No,
it's different, but it works.
No. Bit of fluff out at the end there.
Fluff out.
No. Matt, you and Dave can rock that shit. I can't rock that.
Dave definitely can. Yeah,
I'm not American. I think it's an American thing. Americans can do that.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's American backwards hat.
What about Canadians? Canadians can do the backwards hat though too, right?
Canadians can do anything. It's just Trudeau that can't.
So it's a North American thing then.
Yeah. So I wanted to set this show up. I think it was last week I made the thumbnail and we didn't end up. Midweek something came up and we realized we couldn't do any shows on the weekend at all. So that's why you missed shows last week. And I wanted to get both of you on. I have invited Hidden as well, but last minute, because I wanted to just kind of discuss everything that's been going on over the past few years, probably since 2017 to now, and how you felt then, how you feel now, and what you think is going to come next. Because I think we've been on an absolute, we really have been on a fucking roller coaster. Yeah, I wouldn't, if someone just said to me back in 2017, do you think it's going to end like this? I'd have gone, no, it's probably just going to be me on my own in a room, mumbling on about the odd UFO sighting. I don't think it would have ramped up the way it did. So if some people say we've had nothing, I think we've had quite a lot. I do think we've had quite a lot. Yes, it's come with no meat and potatoes to it, but in terms of what we've been told. And I always think, if we've been told something, where's it going to go? Where's it going to lead? Where, you know, and we, all three of us were just speaking before this show. We've all felt a bit like, I'm done with this. It's doing my head in.
It is, man. Yeah.
So let's start with that.
Sure. I mean, I'll go first. I mean, yeah, it has been for me, dude.
Oh,
I mean,
no, before we even get into that, can we just start with the competition first? Tell us what's fucking Tupa bet you to it. The bastard. I've invited you on Tupa, by the way.
Hey, look, if anybody's gonna beat me and win, it might as well be him, you know.
Good man.
Look, yeah, for sure. Look, he's super smart, dude. He's a good talker.
For the audience that might not know what we talked about, what happened, Matt? What is this thing?
There was a competition that was put up on Twitter from a Twitter account called UFO Talk Radio, and it started about a month, maybe 2 months ago. It could have even been longer, but from when I heard it, about 2 months ago. And it was all about having people come on and submit a monologue of them talking about what they thought was going on or what's happening with UFOs, disclosure, etc. And excuse me. And they had people submit over that time frame for the first round. I luckily enough got picked in that first round to be considered into the top 8, which was the final round for the competition, where you were supposed to essentially take your initial entry and expand. I think the way I took it was, give more examples of what your thought process was, how you came to that, kind of where you stand. And there was time limits on it. It was like 10 minutes, 10 to 20, I think, for the first round, and then 20 to 30 for the second. And the top 8 submissions were great, man. A lot of big names throughout that. I was just happy to be there. To be honest, I didn't even expect to be there with everyone who I was seeing submit. If full disclosure, when I did see the top 8 get announced and I looked at it, I kind of just went, yeah, you got to be kidding, right? Like, I wasn't even like joyous. It was kind of just surprising. But yeah, Tupa took first place. Brian Johnson, I believe, took second place, and then Jonathan Caruso took third place. And these are guys that are obviously big on Twitter Spaces. But the competition's over now. There was a community voting that went on. That was pretty cool. It's pretty interesting. So the community was involved. It wasn't just like a judge's situation.
Where did you come up?
Dude, I came in 8th, bro.
The eighth place is fucking great, mate.
Dude, it is. Like I said, I didn't even expect to be there. So for me to even be amongst the names, being so new to coming into Twitter or any of this, like creating YouTube content for UFOs, dude, I've been at this for 10 months. And then I'm instantly in a top 8 situation with people that have been doing this for years. Dude, trust me, I didn't shed a tear about coming in 8th place.
Mate, I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass, but me and Nick have had, I am going to blow smoke up. Nick, we've had conversations about Matt and how knowledgeable he is in this subject of UFOs, haven't we?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're very knowledgeable, Matt. Honestly, if you carried on and really put yourself there like you're doing, mate, you're going to get a millionaire, mate. You're going to be very high top. I say millionaire, but
you'll be creating your own fucking flying car at some point. You know, that's what we're trying to say.
Well, hold on a second. Creating a flying car, let's go in a different direction. I don't think I'm going to go that direction, but look, I appreciate it. I'm horrible at taking compliments, bro. I appreciate them. I always feel this small when people start saying nice things about me. I'm like, yeah, you know, but
no, you have a way of words, Matt. You've got a way of words, Matt. You're very articulated with how you explain things. I'm shit at explaining things, to be honest with you, but you do it in a way where it's very simplified and it's straight to the point. This is why I'm looking forward to when you review the Elizondo book coming out soon, because you're going to go. I know you're not going to do like detailed like into each page, but just the overall premise, because I'm not going to buy or read it.
No, Matt will be my go-to for that.
No, exactly. I appreciate it. It's going to be fun, dude. I can't wait for the book to come out and kind of comb through it and go through everything for it. I was going to initially do
a Lou voice on when you talk about it.
I might go put that hat and that shirt on, though. I might do that. I might wear that Cuban outfit that he had on for it. But I was going to do like chapter by chapter, but I don't know. I thought that was a good idea. And then I started thinking about it. I'm like, that's probably boring, man. Just do a really good overall view of the book. how I just felt that it turned out, and did I get answers that I wanted? I mean, there's a lot of things out of that book that I want. I want to know more behind the scenes. What happened with TTSA? What happened with his relationship with Tom DeLonge? Will he get into that? I don't know. It's controversial. He maybe. I don't know. That's the stuff that I'm looking for.
Would that be interesting? That's what I want to hear.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know more about behind the scenes. I'm sure he's got war stories. I'm sure he's got all those things that are going to be there. That's just not what I'm interested in the book. I'm not expecting to get disclosure from the book, anything like that. But yeah, to hear his explanation on why he feels that he truly ran ATIP and it was ATIP the whole way. Who wouldn't want to hear that?
Do you think it's going to be a good book?
Man, I don't know.
Or do you think it's going to be really boring and really self-righteous?
It just depends. Go ahead, Nick. Yeah.
Put it this way: if he's going to sell a book, he's got to spice it up. He's not going to put like little bits in there. He's going to really ramp it up. And when is the book coming out? Is it later on this year? Is it?
Yeah, August. Yeah, August this year.
August this year. So you're going to start to see the crumbs of him. Like you said, Matt, he's most likely going to go on to News Nation and start doing the news outlets.
Supposedly,
he's got to ramp it up, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming I can't find the actual video of it, but I guess just this week, I think he went on Fox News. Either that interview is coming out or it's something's going on with him in Fox News. I plan on trying to dig in more of it tonight for tomorrow's show, but yeah, I don't know. It will have to depend.
You're doing a thing about Grusch, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit about Grusch, see what's been going on with him. Because he's kind of, when you talk about Ali at the start of the show, what's really been going on over the last 7 years, he's probably in the top 3 moments of the last 7 years. So he's been
he's not been there for 7 years.
No, that's not what I mean. I just mean like, no.
I thought I'd been living a dream.
No. I'm just saying that, if you look at all those kind of cornerstone or large events over the last 7 years, New York Times article, Grusch. I mean, these are standout moments. The first hearing with Moultrie and Gray and all of them. It's been interesting with Congress and everything. So no, not 7 years. And Scott Bray, that is Scott Bray.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, so going back to what we started on, we've all felt a little bit flat, and I think any UFO. What do we even call it? A creator? A UFO creator? A
commentator.
Yeah. Has probably felt this right now. That there's something just a little bit flat at the moment. And it's almost, but I don't know if it's the content that's out there or if it's just, I think it's how I feel right now.
I mean, if you look at 2023 overall, I mean, if we're skipping 2017, the Pentagon, coming forward and saying UFOs exist, 2023 was the hype. That was like the big daddy of all. I mean, in 20 years' time, we will look at 2023 as a UFO phenomena going absolutely batshit crazy. We had the Peruvian aliens, the crazy lady on the plane, we had the congressional hearings. So much stuff happened, and I'm actually quite lucky to be a part of Alien Addict or that time period because it was really exciting. But it was the lack of evidence. I think the community is playing a big part because we're so divided. Not much testimony, evidence coming from David Grusch, and also the Arrow report that came forward that absolutely demolished people's expectations. So it was a mixture of big hype and then nothing. Big hype, then nothing. It was like a massive letdown. And we're starting to see that now. That's just my personal opinion. Matt, Ollie, I don't know what, and anyone in the chat would say the same thing as well, because everyone had their hopes up. They really did. And me and Matt were going, nothing's going to happen. They're not going to give disclosure.
I mean, and we were still looking, right? We're still paying attention. Yeah. I mean, I said this, I don't know, 8 or 9 months ago, and I first started kind of coming along that I didn't really think that the UAPDA would go through and that we would kind of be left holding the bag the following year. And that's kind of where we still are. Grusch still hasn't come out and really spoke to us. We don't even have his op-ed, and we're moving into what, July? It's been 1 year since that congressional hearing where he came out and said, hey, look, non-human biologics, get me into a skiff. we don't have a skiff with him. We don't have anything. And my worry with it is just like, how long are people really going to just keep giving him time? I don't know. Are you guys, how long, Ali, do you feel? I mean, how long until you feel like, not that Grusch lied or that he doesn't know anything, but how much longer are you willing to kind of keep your hopes up for that guy to come out and really say anything?
As long as it gives me content, I don't give a shit.
Spoken like a true content creator right there, huh?
Do you know what, mate? It's out there. I had high hopes for Grusch.
You did.
I said there's something about that guy, and I couldn't put my finger on it. I don't know. I really don't know.
Well, this is the kind of this perpetual circle that keeps happening, though. And my point with the whole deal with Grusch is that if he doesn't ever show up, Ali, and we don't ever get anything, how many with the next guy are you going to take him as serious? Is the public going to take him as serious? Is Congress going to take him serious?
I think we'll get another one. I think we'll get another one, and probably another one.
But do you think people keep giving him a pass?
My children will get one.
Sure.
Your children will get one. You know, this is what's going to happen. I think it's. I think it's going to be like the never-ending story. You know.
That is ufology, isn't it? It's just a bunch of stories, testimonies, but it's the lack of evidence. We need something. If the CIA is listening, please just give us something. Like, just tell your buddies at the direct, whatever they call it.
But have we had whistleblowers to this level? Now I know people. I know we've got your like Cambians. You got your Luz. Even my good buddy Rich, for that matter, saying there's no evidence out there to what they're saying. There's no meat and bones to it. But the people saying it, I don't think we've really had that before. I've looked back. And they say this has happened before. People have done this before. You know, and if you're looking at like Betty and Barney Hill, not on a military level. I don't think we've ever had this on a military level. So what's the next level to this? Because it's going up it seems to be going up in levels over the years. What's the next step to this? Because
I don't know. I think a lot of it kind of just hinges upon whether or not the UAPDA this year, which is supposed to be very, very similar to last year's, couple differences, little things. But if that ends up getting just chucked again, Grusch never comes out, Congress walks away, dude, I don't know. I don't know. That's the way that I view it. And maybe that's kind of a quote unquote doomer take on it, but like that's what I'm looking at. I don't know how else to look at it. But my perspective is I want hard proof. I want to know. I want names. I want this.
I get that, Matt.
Yeah,
Matt, but you're a UFO. You are what I would consider a ufologist. Would that be fair?
I mean, I don't know if I'd put that label on me, man. I try to study as much as I can, but I don't know.
Ufologist with a gamer controller in his hand, listening to something that's happening in the UFO field. Okay, would that be fair?
Sure.
Okay, right. You probably take on board more than what the average Joe does in this field.
That's probably fair. Yeah.
Like me, I'm a commentator in this field. I know, you, and you commentate as well on your channel, so you're a talented man. You know, you've also got the backup of this knowledge that you store in your head. Has this ever happened in the past?
No, of course not. But
so so why is nobody like gobsmacked with this? Is this really something new that they've just discovered? Because there's somebody who's worked. I mean, I've worked in sales before. I've worked in sales for a long time, unfortunately. And I look at these guys and think, how are they spinning this? What's Grusch got to gain out of this? I can't figure it out.
No, I can't either. I don't even think it's about him. I don't know if it's about him looking for something to gain. You could argue that it is because he went to that millionaire's house, I think in New York, and did a presentation, and that's kind of the last that we've heard of him. I mean,
has Grusch moved recently? Has he moved to a bigger house? Do we know that?
I don't know. To be honest, dude, I don't even really take that angle with someone like Grusch or Fravor or maybe not even Ryan Graves. I don't even take the grift style angle from them. If anything, they've been kind of used along the way. But I think it's different now, Ali, because they've went in front of Congress, right? And you have someone like David Fravor's status that will get out and, put his hand on the Bible, what have you, whatever that means to you. But Congress has really taken this thing to heart and they've really looked at it. We have never had that. But here's the problem. Even with all that being said, do we have more hard evidence of the phenomena than we did in 2016? No. We have a lot of stories, and we have a lot of stories that were given on high platforms from very credible people, very credible. But can I take that to the bank? Can I take that to my neighbor and go, hey, man, here it's aliens. Here you go. I can't. And I couldn't do that in the 70s, Ali. I couldn't do that in the 80s. I couldn't do that in the 90s. I still can't do it today. That's the problem. That's why we need Grusch to stop being wherever he is in the shadows and just go ahead and dump the information if he wants to be called a real whistleblower. He's going to have to take some risk, man.
Yeah, it's almost because I think David Grusch's excuse is that he's restricted to bring out the information because is it a Matt? What is the name of it? Is it NDA or something like that? He's got a restriction that he can't bring out the information. And I thought, what is the point of him coming out in the first place if he can't reveal the information? It just, for me, it just makes no sense. I mean, the overall goal of Grusch, I mean, I think he wants to do good, but like you said, Matt, the people who he's hanging around with almost like pushed him as Joe Rogan would say, a useful idiot. And maybe the players that be, Jeremy Corbell was saying, look, come on, let's put you into congressional hearings and get this thing on the ball, get it on going. But I just don't think David Grusch was up for it. I think it's just really put up there to sort of get things moving, but really nothing came out of it because he's still restricted.
Well, that and if he feels like he's in danger and he just doesn't really want to do it anymore, I understand, man. It's like I said in my UFO log, I understand what all on the line means. Look at Julian Assange, look at Edward Snowden. I know what I'm asking him to do, man. I'm not stupid. I'm not just somebody saying, oh, dude, just tell us, dude, it's no big deal. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying that if you're going to put yourself on that level and you're going to be called a whistleblower and you want to get these accolades, bro, that's a big, big challenge to undertake. And it puts you in a lot of risk. And if he decided he doesn't want to do it, and he's like, I'll take some money and go over here and talk to these billionaires or millionaires, there's not a lot of risk. I at least can say I understand, but it still sucks. It hurts the topic, man, because a lot of people put faith in him to kind of get us the truth. And a lot of people put a lot of credibility in him. And if he falls short, it hurts the topic, dude.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's where we are at the moment. People's hopes have just been smashed and it just continues to get smashed because we're just getting nowhere.
What did they expect though? Because
Exactly.
he said he's had no physical, he's not seen anything physically. He's just been told.
He changed he's now saying differently. Now he says he's actually seen something, but he's not telling what though. There's only these private parties he's saying it.
Well, so he's seen a picture or something.
Nobody knows. Yeah.
Nobody knows. This is it. Is up in the air, mate. It really is.
But he's saying he has a list of like hostile witnesses, and he knows he could take you and tell you the address of where they're storing the craft, Lockheed Martin, places like that. Like this is the information that he said he wanted to get out and do a skiff, and there's no skiff, there's no nothing. So I mean, it's not even about like saying the guy's. I believe the guy. I don't think he's lying. I'm just irritated that we're not getting anywhere with him.
Would you, if you had to put your money on it, that he's not lying?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. I don't see a reason why. I mean, look, I understand the people that are around him. I understand the influence, but I don't think because if Lou Elizondo whispered in your ear and Jeremy Corbell whispered in your ear to go tell Congress that you know where bodies are, biologics, I don't think you're doing that if you're him. I think he's smarter than that. So I think that there is credibility there for sure. The credentials are there. I can't say he's lying, man. I would have to bet that he's telling the truth.
But what about manipulated?
Well, yeah. To what degree, though? I mean, I still wouldn't. I still
do what he's doing right now.
Like I said, could be, but I still don't think you go say those things if you don't really feel confident that you could back that up. I just don't follow that personally.
Because kind of like this is the whole like alien apart the system. I'm wondering if we're supposed to get these little clues right now. We're supposed to get all these things just pushed into place. For what, I don't know. But we said this for a while on this channel. It feels like it's ramping up to something. It feels like something's coming. Something's down that pipeline.
Everyone keeps on mentioning Project Blue Book. Oh no, Project Bluebeam. Like something's going to happen like before the election. Like something's brewing. I made a little short on my YouTube video saying like, wait, something's brewing. It might come from the sky. Who knows? It's who knows, man. It's a lull in the wind at the moment, isn't it? It's a lack of anything sufficient to really push the community in a good position. Say, look, okay, we've got something to look forward to, and unfortunately, we don't. And we're supposed to have documents from Roswell coming out.
That was supposed to be this
Again.
year.
It was supposed to be
this year. Has anything actually been released from that?
No, I will say this now. That will just be another letdown. I think. Do you know what? As long as Arrow is still in a governmental position, well, a Pentagon position, we're never going to get the real truth from these people. I think they're going to do more damage than it's worth, as they still got power to investigate. But I can't see Arrow going nowhere soon.
I don't know if we've actually discussed this bit on the show before, but I don't know. I actually don't know what you think it is, Matt. And I don't know if I know you think it is, Nick. I know we've all discussed, even after the show, what it possibly could be. But let's just say whatever you guys think it could be. What's the reason? What could be the ultimate reason why this has to be kept under wraps for all this time? Because there's definitely something there, 100%. We all know that. Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't waste our fucking time on this.
True that.
It really,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, if it was all balloons, dude, I would be playing Xbox or something right now. I wouldn't be doing
that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I would just be, or trying to seduce the lady or something. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
I would be doing something completely different. But we do this. And I don't know why.
Because we love the topic, man. I mean,
and if any of you motherfuckers say it makes money, I'll just send you the link to buy a t-shirt. So fuck you.
It's just an overall mystery to the subject, man. There's so much footage on Twitter that I see all the time. It's amazing regardless if it's fake or not. But we've got 80 years worth of decent, I won't say decent enough footage, but enough to make you go, do you know what? There is something. But in regards of what it could actually be, I think it's more complicated than we think. I think this is on a spiritual level, which is where I'm going at. It's weird. We've gone from like brim of the hat flying saucers from the 50s and 60s to like triangle craft. And now we're talking about balls of light being, these orbs potentially being, fourth dimensional beings or something like that. So you're ruling out the craft perspective, and then so it's something completely different now, isn't it? So, but again, it's just the overall mystery. We're lingering to find the truth, and it's like a donkey with a carrot, you know. He just like chasing after the carrot, you know. It's just like,
is that where you lean with it, Nick? Just a spiritual thing?
Man, I don't know at this point. The topic changes every 5 minutes. It's interesting, don't get me wrong, but I want to know about the technology side. You know, this is what got me interested into UFOs when I was a kid and aliens. You know, is those flying saucers, the flying discs. That's what gets me boned up. You know what I mean? Well, I say boned up, that's a bit sexual, but it's like all the UFO magazines I've got. You know, it has all that sort of stuff in it from the 80s and 90s. So that's the aspect I like, but I am going towards the spiritual sides, you know, fourth dimension, fifth dimensional beings. You know, that's the sort of new concept for me. But overall, mate, ufology is just a bunch of stories, a bunch of hearsays, trust me, bros, and it has been for many 80 years, and it's not going to change anytime soon. You can have your congressional hearings and these whistleblowers come forward, unless you have significant evidence. It's just,
maybe they knew that though. Maybe they knew that there would be a load of trust me bros, you know. Maybe they're just laughing because they're like, nothing's gonna ever this is never gonna come out, because these people are just gonna go back and forth with each other and they'll be going, trust me, this is what it is. Just like some of our the people that are working for them have wondered what it is that and who they're working for and what it is. They've wondered, so what the public gonna do? They're gonna go fucking crazy.
Depending on what it is, yeah. Yeah, depending on what it is. No, go ahead.
Mate, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think people would give a shit. The way we are in 2024, and you look at the people around you, look at society, they're so distracted by technology, gadgets, and gizmos. So as soon as you get aliens involved or a really, really good UFO footage, people ain't going to give a shit. Disclosure is only going to mean something to us because we care about the subject. But any Tom, Dick, and Harry out there don't give a shit. I always ask that question to people. If we had evidence tomorrow, Joe Biden bang out a flipping alien, it walked on stage, gave the peace sign, real footage, would you care? People won't give a damn. Literally. Some people will, but...
You don't think the days following, though, they would care, though? I was just talking about this the other day where, a lot of people say, yeah, if the president came out with a good video or something like that and was like, hey, this is what it is. Yeah, I think right away people might not believe it, Nick. But I think it's the days leading after, the weeks after, where they start going, okay, well, here was the video. Now here's the craft that we actually have. And they start building that evidence and they start putting more and more proof out over time. That's when it becomes more believable the days after. And so I think the initial, I agree. Yeah, people are like, I still got to go to work tomorrow. Week later, when they're like, yeah, but you might go to work in this thing now, then people are going to give a shit. And I think that's what would change things up. So for me, it's like the long haul game, even with that like laid out. But that's just my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. I think they more or less, for instance, put this in hypothetical, whatever. I can't fucking speak at the moment. Put a scenario that if Joe Biden came forward and said, right, we've got proof of aliens, and we're going to give you the evidence within the next few days, be prepared. And then it doesn't go through, but he's still promising you he's going to get the evidence to you. And I think he's going to treat it like that. That's how what would you call it?
That's how your granddad would do it.
I think you're pulling the Biden right now. You're kind of pulling.
Yeah, mate. Honestly, what the fuck? It's such a long day. I'm going to stop speaking.
I'm with you. No, you're good.
Biden. But no, I just think these people. I just think that the Biden administration. That's the name I'm trying to think of. Are going to keep the public on their toes. They ain't going to give you the truth. I think they're going to give you little tidbits. And what did you say, Matt? The half truths is always the best lie.
Yeah, best lies a half truth. Yeah. Dave loves that too, Ali. Dave loves that. It's true though. It's totally true. Yeah.
I think they could disclose completely to Biden, and he would go and say, "Listen, we want you to go and tell the public about this." He would just get on stage and For all we know, fucking, he could be telling us that tax prices are coming down. You know,
hey, man, it's aliens. I mean, come on, you know,
bad weather.
But this is a good point. The thing is, no one's going to take him seriously, though. I mean, how popular the president, I'm not going into political stuff, but how popular Joe Biden is not very great at the moment. So as a last minute tactic to sort of push the alien agenda, just to sort of get the votes going,
I mean, I'm not going to get political either, but I was saying this to my father tonight, actually. I was there not so long. How anybody, I don't care if they fucking love Joe Biden. If you do love him, you must realize that it's fucking cruelty having him there doing that job.
He seems to be having a tough time, man. Yeah.
He reminds me of my granddad in his early stages of Alzheimer's. It's exactly how he was, doing the whole like looking around, not knowing where he is, little strange movements, stuttering his words, not being able to actually strum a sentence together. That is exactly who my granddad was.
Could you imagine doing that job though, just in general? I would never want to be president, dude.
No, but I can't imagine how they would let anybody do that job. I
mean, does he do it?
But if you're on that, if you're on that party, I mean, let's just say who's
We're getting really political, by the way.
Just quickly though, who's the best president you've had? I mean, I can say.
Can you get any more political than that question right now?
The best prime minister we've had is Margaret Thatcher.
George W. Bush. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
She was called the Iron Lady for a reason. I love her or hate her. She was powerful. She was strong.
Like my mum said, she was a fierce bitch.
Yes, exactly. Holy. Yeah. So you have these fucking leaders that are fucking ruthless, but they get the job done that needs to be done. I don't think he can get anything done.
Marcus said in chat, JFK. He's the
right. So let's just
should I just say him because I'm also Irish? Should I just pick the Irish guy or what? I'm with you, JFK, man.
I didn't want JFK to be the example, but let's go with JFK. Let's just say JFK didn't get shot in the head, and JFK all of a sudden got early Alzheimer's, and he was the greatest president ever. Yeah. Would somebody step in and go, "There's something wrong here"? From his party, would that be a thing? And they go, "Okay, so we need to get the next person in charge to step up because he's clearly ill." Clearly. How come this isn't happening with this guy? I don't get it.
No idea, dude.
The thing is with JFK, he had more power. He wanted to change a lot of things. He would have. I mean, there was a famous speech that he did. I think before he died, as you can find it on YouTube, and I think that came from the heart, from his heart, and the way he was presenting this speech, and basically banning secret societies. Everyone to have free will and stuff like that. I think generally he wanted to do good, and I think the way that he was obviously executed in the back of the car really says a lot. But with Joe Biden, he has advisors. The current administration has advisors, so he's told what to say, which is the complete opposite, in my personal opinion, of how JFK handled things. There's also another candidate.
It's advisors that are evil, then, not him.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't know what he's doing. They do.
Of course not. But Biden, he's not. He can't tie his bloody shoelaces, let alone run a bloody country, mate. I mean, come on.
Listen, the shoes are Velcro. Okay, he's all set.
Well, Velcro comes from aliens, mate. So
Oh,
Thanks for keeping us.
Look at that.
Thanks for keeping us on track.
A little Philip Corso, huh?
That's it.
What about the night vision, huh? Bulletproof
I
vest.
don't know about that.
I think it's supposed to be, right? Night vision. I think he talked about that too. He was a fun guy, huh?
What about the Velcro? Those little hooks. Those little hooks. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, boys. I think it's ramped right up, and if the content creators are feeling it, definitely the public are feeling it.
Yeah, for sure.
It feels right now like it's like, is the word boring?
No, it's lack of evidence.
Is it boring? Is it frustrating? I don't know.
I don't know if boring is the right word. I mean, it's just, I think it's, everything is just spaced out. It's the timing. It's the way.
We keep hearing the same words over and over again, even with content creators. Like I know we've said the words fucking aliens and demons for quite some time. I think we've said it like probably before Tucker Carlson said it. We said it years ago. The whole alien demon thing. I think it was one of the first channels that started to really start to preach about that, because we started to talk about the paranormal for quite some time. But I think now people are just getting bored of everything that people are saying. They're like, what is it then? Are you saying the same shit all over again because you don't know what it is? So
Ali, you know what though? I think it just depends on what you're here for. If you're someone who's looked into this topic for many years, like we have, dude, we're kind of like, we don't mind hearing a good story, right? We definitely love to theorize and speculate. Love to theorize and speculate. One of my favorite things to do about this topic, without a doubt. But really, what we are hungry for is we want to know what's really going on. What's really going on? Where's the proof of it? Let's go ahead and see it now. You know, we've talked about this long enough. It's kind of like, you know, Call of Duty, that video game. I think this is kind of a good way to put it too, where same idea. If you play Call of Duty for a lot of years, you're probably done with Call of Duty, you know? But guess what, Ali? Every year, there's new kids that come up that never played COD. And they come in, they play Call of Duty for the first time, and they get hooked, and they sell more and more copies. It's the same thing with this topic. And this is what I mean when I say 2017 was such a big moment, because that was like the new group of kids coming into Call of Duty. How many more people came into ufology in 2017? And and when I say the topic is at risk or it's vulnerable, I don't mean that like no one will ever talk about it again. But I think that there is something to say with the more noise that you can create and the more mainstream people and you can get everybody in here, that's great. And that can create pressure. But if we get those new people and we let those new people down and they have short attention spans, Ali, these new people, they you know, they're looking for the goods.
TikTokers.
They're looking for the goods. And when you fill them with the hopes and dreams of someone like David Grusch, you pull that rug out from under them. It's really easy to go right back. And then the topic just sits at 2016, which is probably great for some people. It's not great for me. It's not what I want for the topic. Not at all.
Mm-hmm. Have you noticed on Twitter, especially UFO Twitter, you get the same stuff, like old cases started to come through. So we're just recycling the same stuff over and over again. So, I remember that from like 10 years ago. I remember that from like 15 years ago, you know? So it's almost like, but the new people that come in, you know, it's great they can learn that information. But for us, we've known this for like, it's like so many times we've heard it, you know, it just gets it's a bit on repeat, you know?
I think we're going to have to though now, Nick. I mean, if a new piece of UFO footage came in right now, we'd be like going, it's great. That could be AI.
Where's Corbell? Yes. Where's Corbell's footage? Yeah. I know that it looks like they're trying to kind of get their podcast going again, but they're even going back to old stuff again. You know, he doesn't have anything new. It's looking weird for him, huh?
I would love to speak to Corbell. Probably I'll probably have to speak to him offline about that, because I don't think he'd ever speak about it on a show. But, you know, about his sources and where he's getting it from.
He doesn't do interviews. I never see him doing like...
He does Joe Rogan.
Yeah, but that's Joe Rogan. I mean, what
Just
about
Joe Rogan, and he appears on news channels. That's it.
where the traction is, you mostly,
Yeah.
but he doesn't go to like small podcasts.
I think he went on
small YouTube.
Steve-O's podcast recently.
Yeah, the Wild Ride. Yeah, a couple months ago. He likes
Yeah.
Steve-O. I think that's the second time he went on there, isn't it? I don't think that's the first time.
I can see them getting on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I like Weaponize. I think it's a great podcast. I'll always look forward to it because I think, shit, we're gonna get some new content here, you know. But I genuinely like listening to it when I'm on the road because I do a lot of driving, and it's a decent thing to listen to. Do I think that a lot of the stuff that's just been pushed out on there is probably bullshit? Probably. Do I think that Jeremy knows it is? I don't know.
There's got to be a part of him that knows some of it is, but I don't know. I guess really where I'm at, Ali, is I wish I could see July of next year right now. I think that would tell us so much, man. This whole the end of the year, the election, potential World War III, you know, the UAPDA, what Congress is going to continue to do. I know I see that Congress drug what's her name? I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now. The secretary for the DOE, they brought her in. They were kind of questioning her. Burchett and Luna were grilling her about, UAP and activity over the nuclear ranges. That was really interesting. So, I mean, they're still there. And I mean, I don't think like the UAP caucus probably even gets enough credit. I mean, they're the only ones that are really moving the ball down the field for anything, I mean, Elizondo's got a book coming, but like, I mean, are we going to act like a book from him is going to do more good than ripping the secretary of the DOE in and questioning her? And that's way better. So I don't know. They're there, but it's small changes. It's little minutia things. And there's places where Congress could do better. I mean, Matt Laszlo put out a poll that, half of Congress doesn't even really know about David Grusch. So there's room there. There's room for growth, but that's like your only real avenue right now, in my opinion, for getting anything new of like hard concrete. Are we going to get some evidence and proof?
You do realize that Lou is not going to address TTSA in that book.
I mean, yeah, but I can hope, can't I?
I mean, he may mention TTSA, but I don't think he's going to mention why he left.
Do we know why, like, his relationship with Tom at this point, though? I don't even know. I haven't seen him have a conversation or anything.
I would say, I guess,
Tom DeLonge, that is, by the way.
And I like Tom DeLonge. I do.
Yeah.
I've always said that ever since the TTSA was formed, that, I could see that his passion for UFOs. Do I think he thought he could make some money off it? Probably. I don't know, but if you're going to make we're trying to make money on alien off it. I've got a decent day job, so I don't need Alien Addict. And if anything, sometimes Alien Addict's a headache because I could be, gaming my tits off or spending time with my wife and kids. But I do this because something tells me I should be doing it.
Yeah, but you're not offering a spaceship for money, though, Ali. There's a big difference between what TTSA did and what you're doing.
But
here.
was that Tom?
I mean,
was that Tom? Was that people in Tom's ears?
I mean, I think Tom probably thought it was a. Oh, go ahead, Nick.
I think it's a Tom thing. I mean, he's got a genuine interest into UFOs and the whole ufology
I don't think the spaceship was Tom's. Like, I don't think Tom just said we can create a spaceship. I think somebody maybe told him we could possibly make a spaceship.
You know who probably said that? Who you haven't heard anything from? Steve Justice.
Yes, Steve Justice. Yeah, absolutely.
Where is he? He got out scot-free, didn't he? Nobody asks about Steve Justice anymore.
Isn't Steve Justice still at TTSA?
No, he's gone. No, he left with Mellon and Lou.
Oh yes, no, he did. Yeah, but no, yeah, you're right.
They all went together. All three of them. They were gone. That was kind of what ended the whole scenario with TTSA. That was kind of it. But yeah, Justice, man, he snuck out the back door. He's out of there. Oh man, I wonder what he's doing.
Jesus, their website looks completely different now.
Well, I mean, they're just doing merch and the movie, the book stuff.
That's all it is. I've just gone on the website. It looks like Teespring.
Yeah, it's too bad. You know, I mean, look, it's not in the sense of like I'm happy they didn't, take even more money, and not provide what they said. But I don't know. I think when TTSA started, I think anybody would be a liar if they weren't a little bit excited. You know what I mean? They were a little hopeful from that. That was a big moment, getting everybody on stage. A lot of CIA guys, but still a big moment, right?
Yeah, a lot of people dressed in black.
Not a lot of people in the arena though. It was pretty empty there. Not a lot of media, but
I don't know. I mean, I've listened to Tom DeLonge. I mean, he's like I said, he's got a general interest, but former. Yeah, Blink-182.
Hal's not going anywhere.
Hal's still there. That's his retirement. Bless him.
He don't care. He said there might be an opportunity here later on. I'm just gonna stick right here.
Just chilling in that basement.
Speaking of the basement, you see the basement office is coming back, right? Green Street and Pope.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm trying to match your segues here a little bit.
You
had a good one earlier. I'm trying to match it.
Yeah, I mean, fucking Steve Justice. What are you doing? Where's he gone now?
I don't know. To be fair, I haven't even really looked, man. Jim Semivan's still hanging out. Him and Tom do the podcast. That's they have pretty interesting conversations. They like to theorize.
Yeah, I've listened to a couple of them.
Yeah, they're cool. The theorization is still fun. Yeah,
I would love to hear almost like a whistleblow conversation from Tom DeLonge on what happened, the whole thing with Lou, how it all really went down. All of that story will be absolutely fucking fascinating. How those people got into his life.
Yeah,
we've not ever heard that. All we've heard is, I just bumped into this guy, and then this guy in the airport, this general. We've never really heard the full DeLonge story. That's a crazy story ready to be told of how these
it's a movie, man. It's a movie.
At this point, I reckon Tom DeLonge was actually brought in to actually as the front figure for TTSA. I reckon that's my guess. I reckon like Lou and they had their organization set up, and they said, right, we need someone who's young, who's going to appeal to the young people, and Tom DeLonge was like the perfect fit because he had a general interest as well, and they thought, right, okay, this guy knows what he's talking about. Let's use him as the front man for TTSA.
Mm-hmm.
So, go say we'll build this fucking spaceship. Go on, I dare you.
There was definitely something there, mate. Yeah, I mean,
what do you guys think though when Tom tells the story, kind of how he got those advisors and got that panel all together? He said he had a friend and he went to the parking lot party, right? And he got time to speak with one of the head scientists, and I think it was Lockheed Martin is the rumor, the guy he was supposed to originally talk to.
Yep.
When you think about that though, right, that conversation, why do you think that it started? Well, do you think he really sold them that now was the time to do disclosure and that maybe they could work it through him? Because it seems like they took his idea and then formed this entire process. What do you think was really behind it? Do you think it was really because they wanted to start disclosure, or was it because they wanted some funding or what have you?
What was the time period between Lou coming out in 2017 and where TTSA came into fruition? Just like drop my memory because I can't remember. Because there must be some sort of correlation between the two.
Well, 2016 was, I believe, the year that they came all out on stage. But I remember Tom DeLonge talking about all of that in like 2015, like nearing the end of 2015, because one of his first interviews was on Jimmy Church in 2016. And that interview is still good. It's still great to listen to, where he kind of talks about a lot of it. But yeah,
you see, Blink-182 has such a cult following, like really did. I mean, I mean, love them or hate them, people loved Blink. They really did. I mean, a lot of my mates over here, they love Blink-182, and I'm just thinking as a musician, I know Tom was always into it. He was always into the subject. He was always into conspiracy. But to all of a sudden, as somebody who knows how to make money in what he does, to go, yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna make money with this hobby that I'm doing with UFOs and that makes no sense.
I'm sure it was part of it though.
To make
Yeah.
money off it,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, he has made money off it, but would he have made more money doing something completely different? I don't know, making Blink-182 skateboards designs, or
writing a good album. But nope,
Yeah, it's been a little bit. I didn't care
how
for
much
the last
money
one
is
there,
it as TTSA actually made versus what Tom could have made doing something different?
I think it's just the potential.
Like doing a different grift, if you want to call it a grift.
I mean, the potential, and there was potential for a lot more money. I think it was somewhere between 2 and 4 million. I think what they really pulled in from investors. I could be wrong, but I think that's the number. Maybe I'm thinking of.
That's not a lot when it comes to.
Maybe it was more. I can't remember. Off the top of my head. Maybe that was.
It's not a lot compared, like, especially when you look at how many people they had at the time with them. It's not a lot of money.
No. Well, hey, it was a startup, you know.
How much money it is. Ask Hidden. Ask Hidden.
Oh, good to see Hidden.
He's here.
Yes, I did.
He's here. He's a lad. How you
Hello,
doing?
everyone.
Hey, Hidden, how you doing, brother?
How the hell is everyone doing, man?
How much money's in ufology, Hidden?
Oh, a hell of a lot, man.
You reckon?
What do you mean? Ufology as in what we do, or ufology as in what Lou and
as a grift, like the big people.
Oh, there's a hell of a lot of money. How much are they charging just to go see them speak? What was it, Ollie? You were telling me one time about was it £1,000 to sit at a table, some dinner?
Oh, I think it was 5,000. Yeah.
So there lies the answer.
Mate, I was cooking a great meal though.
If it was Greer, it'd be 10. 5's a good deal.
I wonder how much Corey Goods shot. Nah, I'm not. I got to step over these names that are being dropped.
So what this is in Hidden, we're kind of going over the last since 2017, how we felt then, how we feel now, and what is the whole future of this. So you can give us your mouthful, mate. So it's like literally. So you remember when this was all kind of, I mean, as a UFO channel yourself, you remember when this really started to ramp up and it felt like we were going to get something. And then all of a sudden we started to get these whistleblowers. It started to get more exciting. And now this year seems to be the real kick in the balls.
I honestly, Ollie, I just don't know what to say, because all we've had is bold claims with no evidence. And with bold claims, you need bold evidence. I mean, the what was it? How I forget how long ago it was, but you had Russ Colthall revealing that there was an object found so big they had to build a building over it, and it sent the internet into a tizzy over it.
People was actually looking for the building and the possible location.
Yeah, I mean, even one was one was in England.
It's my house.
Wait a second, Hidden. Do you feel better that he said if you ask about where that is and you're mad that he doesn't tell you to go fuck off? Does that make you feel better? He wants you to go fuck off. So
I would love that. I mean, yeah, But I mean, come on, man. Stop the bullshit and stop the lying. Just come with something. You know, when you turn up to the table talking about evidence, at least show a photograph. Not well, I was in an office and this guy was speaking to me and he told me this that he heard from a friend. It's, you know, it's that song. I heard it from a friend who heard it from another.
Who had slept with.
I don't know, man. I just wish, like, I don't know. I think it's all smoke and daggers, like the roper dope. I'm going to show you the left and hit you with the right, you know.
You get footage sent to you every like week, you know, sometimes every day.
No. I look for footage. I don't get footage sent that often, and
okay,
majority of the time I can't use it because although they might be you're seeing something, and I do accept that there's something there, it's not what my viewers want to see. How many times can I show them a dot in the sky that's not moving? So I mean, so I actively go and search for the footage. That's why I put in hours on my channel. But the footage is there from, you know, it's in all this disclosure that they're talking about, because again, I don't find that disclosure is coming, because I think disclosure has already came. All you have to do is look at the CIA files, the FBI X files. We have now other organizations around the world that are putting out their files. Quite recently, Hungary has put out their files. You know, so disclosure. I think what the public wants is to be spoon-fed the disclosure, rather than let's go and look what the FBI's been investigating over the last 50 to 70 years. And I mean, it's quite interesting. I mean, some of the FBI files, they had a file on Nikola Tesla where they were actually questioned, did he come from Venus? So, I mean, as elaborate as some of these things are, they actually put money into it. Some of the remote viewing on Mars, that's really interesting, because the remote viewing on Mars now, that was like kind of time travel, because they went backwards when there was a civilization on there. So I think I do post the links on my channel, in my community page, to all the latest releases and the government dumps. But there's, you know, the people that take the time out to read this, God bless you.
We had a remote viewer on not so long ago whose daughter works on a spaceship. And hopefully we're going to get her on at some point when she's on leave. So look forward to that.
Hopefully she'll come with some pictures, Ollie, off this spaceship.
Oh, she don't need those. We just take a word for it.
Yeah, trust me, bro.
So Hidden, so how many years have you been doing this, by the way?
As the channel, I think, oh God.
How many years have you been really looking into it?
Well, as the channel, I think maybe 8 years I've been running this channel.
What do you think it is?
I think it's a multiple. I don't think you can answer the phenomena with just one thing. I think there's a lot of things going on, and I believe that we need to stop looking at it in a tunnel vision way and kind of look at everything, because what they are doing now, the people that are the names that are in the forefront, what they're doing now is they're kind of listening to what we've been saying for 10, 15 years, when we've been talking about interdimensional beings and people were laughing at us. Now they're talking about it and nobody's laughing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've got interdimensional beings. We've got entities that are on this planet already that may have a higher technology than we have. And then we're also looking into the spiritual element. And then also there could be something coming from off-world. Now, the thing is with the off-world situation is, I was talking to somebody about this and they said to me, how come they've never filmed an object either entering our atmosphere from outer space or something leaving our atmosphere. Now, I actually told him that I do have a video on my channel where NASA trained the camera to catch something leaving our atmosphere. So, but
They
I
should
think
also train the cameras not to pick up the wires from the ISS astronauts.
they only glitch out every so often, so they are doing a good job.
Hidden, what do you think the ratio is, though? And what I mean is, like, if you had to guess, what's the majority of the phenomena? Do you think it's like crypto terrestrials? Is it from somewhere else? Is it angels, demons? What do you think is the biggest portion?
Well, the thing that, see, it's a hard question to answer because what there's a lot of sightings of tend to be orbs. But there's two types of orbs. And I think it goes back to ancient times when they were talking about the catchers. I'm going to say this wrong. I think it was the Indians, the Native Americans that first coined this name, but I could be wrong. So if I'm wrong, don't kill me.
What's the name?
Catchers. They're blue and they're red. And they always say, like, the red ones are the bad ones and the blue ones are okay. They're friendly for us. And I think there's some sort of spiritual ones. But then you get these orbs that are kind of like metallic. And they're small. And I personally believe that they're probes. I think that's, like when we want to investigate other objects within our solar system, and we don't send a human being. We'll send a probe. First, we'll send a satellite and get some information from that, and then we'll send something else. And then, like, if you want to believe in Mars, then we'll send a robot. So
makes sense.
So, well, I've always thought that if I was an alien looking at this planet, I'm not going to come down here first. I'm going to send something to figure out what these people are like, and that's why when people say, "Well, why didn't the aliens come?" If you was an alien and saw how we treat each other, you'd be like, I ain't coming down here, man. Look what they're doing to their own kind. What do you think they're going to do to us?
Have you heard of this guy Peter Jackson, Hidden, who talks about these orbs being like a almost a defense system for the planet? These three. Have you heard of him? What do you think of him?
No, I haven't heard that name yet.
Oh, okay. I think his name's Peter Jackson. I think that's who it is.
Sounds like some sort of director.
Yeah, I was thinking Peter Jackson, who done all the horror.
I hope I'm right with the name. Somebody can kill me in chat over it.
What's this? What we'll forget the name. What's the theory? So because this is exciting. So.
Well, I mean, I'm not ultra studied on him, but I guess essentially what his whole theory is that there's three different sizes of these orbs, and what they do is they come in and they almost guide people, I think, away from the paranormal, away from the bad that's on the planet. So it's like a protective system, like a defense system. It's interesting, man. I need to like dive into more of it.
So basically, like you'll see the big ones out in the open. Like,
yeah, I think the smaller ones will be lower to the ground, like lower to the ground.
In your room, the tiny ones,
yeah, the tiny
ones looking after you.
Or Patrick Jackson. Patrick Jackson, that's right. Sorry.
So you're saying there's a connection? It isn't it? So you think there's a connection between the paranormal and potentially these fifth dimensional beings? It could be a connection between that, because I've got loads of pictures of orbs, whether or not it's actually dust or not. I mean, you can all see the geometric patterns inside it. It's quite amazing, but also there are balls of light we see in the sky. So whether or not there is a connection there, it's immensely fascinating. But you're ruling out the actual craft itself. We've gone from a completely different subject. So it's like, which one is it? It could be, like you said, hidden. It could be a multitude of things, really. That's still unexplained.
How many UFOs though? How many UFOs that we've looked at when it comes to a piece of UFO footage have we looked at and gone, we can tell that is a nuts and bolts piece of is a nuts and bolts object. Everything just looks like light.
Yeah. I guess, could you remember rods? Could you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh
Robs.
yeah.
It's I mean, where did they were apparently told about being some sort of spiritual entities, if I remember rightly. Might be wrong. I've got VHS tape on it on rods, but they seem to be out of the question. But I can remember there was some sort of connection between that and spiritual entities, or there might have been fairies. I don't know. Could it be either one? I don't know.
Well,
I mean, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say it is Pride, so.
I mean the Calvine photo, right, Ali? That's pretty close to nuts and bolts if you're going to get anywhere with it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and I've gone back and forth with that a few times. We did that live, and then we met Stu, who said he'd seen all 5 pictures of the Calvine UFO. No, I would love to speak to the people who took the pictures, but nobody spoke to the. And
it's always that way, huh?
I find
Every
that
time.
yeah, I do find that fascinating that nobody spoke to the people who did the pictures, because I'm thinking, if I'd have took those pictures, whether it be fake or not, would I want to bring myself out there? I probably would. Because you're going to get that bit of fame again. I don't think they ever had that bit of fame.
Probably not. Yeah, if I felt I had like a really amazing video, really good photo, I would put it out there.
Even if
sure.
they faked it. Even if they faked it. You know, how much could you sell that? This really famous UFO piece of footage we sold to the papers, and it was us. We did it. It was a reflection off a rock in the water. This is what people are saying it is, and this is what it was. I mean, look at this. Have you seen this new UFO documentary guy who did the whole TikTok thing with the dead alien with the hazmat suits? Have you seen? Not seen this?
No,
I haven't seen that. No.
Oh, I'm gonna have to bring this up. We want to bring this up tonight anyway. But this is wild. I mean, this guy's claiming quite a lot, and this has got like, I think it's got quite a few million views.
Are you all in on this or what?
I'm definitely not all in. Definitely not all in.
I just love to throw that preface out there. Otherwise, we're going to get accused of stepping on heads again. We're going to get accused of things. So
here you go. I'd love to speak to the guy who did this, actually, because it is interesting. Let's bring this up on the screen.
Alien sightings at Bayside Marketplace.
8 to 10 foot aliens.
On New Year's Day, a large police presence is caught on video surrounding a mall in Miami.
Aliens were spotted in Miami?
Government is unfair!
This is the story on how I faked an alien invasion and then became famous on accident. In December of last year, I was right over there and I had this idea. I want to go to Florida and I want to fake a whole big alien invasion. That's actually the best idea I've ever heard. In January, there was a huge police presence at a mall in Miami. And I don't know if you guys saw what happened, but there was tons of articles coming out saying, oh, shadow aliens. Everyone was freaking out over this. Do you guys remember this happening? Yeah. There are plenty of aliens in Florida. Facts. I was right around there. I saw. You're probably asking, like, who are these people commenting? Who is spreading this false narrative?
I'm from Florida.
John Stanton. John Stanton is me. So I spent an insane amount of time. This is the most unemployed I've ever felt in my entire life.
I left probably upwards of like 300 comments.
And what do you think somebody's doing something like this? I mean, like, this is pretty wild.
This is what goes on in my world, mate.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This guy's got the channel is Anthony Poe. It's got 1.78 million subscribers. So he's got quite a big crowd there. But I mean,
what do you think he made off those views, Ali? The 1.1 million?
I mean, it's 1.1 million.
Just a
views.
guess. 20 grand, 40 grand.
How long is the video?
Yeah.
How long is the video?
I think it's what,
15 minutes.
Yeah.
15, 16 minutes.
So he's got ad revenues on that. He's got, so yeah, you're probably looking at around 20, 30 grand.
Okay.
Oh, but he didn't, by the way, he didn't fake Bayside. For anybody thinking he faked Bayside, he didn't fake the Miami Bayside. He faked some street video, which I'd never seen, by the way. Do any of you remember this? This is what I wanted to bring up. So do you remember this? Because I do not remember this. And being in the UFO field, I feel like I should remember this. Where is the video?
So did he hype the Miami alien thing? Was that something separate?
I think he was like commenting on it and stuff like that. But this is the one
around Tampa because he was the alien guy. Tons of people were asking for updates. His posts did incredibly well. In addition to that, I posted over on 4chan. Somebody posted this. They thought just because it wasn't AI, it was clearly like fully real. We got posted on Reddit. We got posted on Facebook. The hoax was making its rounds. If I wanted to take this to the next level, I needed to do something in real life. What I decided on was a protest. The idea was we were going to march for answers. And if like 200,000 people saw Travis Martin's talking about aliens, people were going to want to show up to this alien protest. And in case you couldn't make that.
And Saturday, a protest for the truth.
So I made that video. And my thought process is like, I'm going to get a fuckload of people at this protest now. Yeah. I had so much fun making that video and I had nothing else to do.
I don't remember any of this. Is it just
me? That looks like something on TikTok though.
I don't remember any of, or maybe, I don't know. I don't watch TikTok. I don't. Someone would have sent me it. I've
never seen it.
I don't remember the Backstreet Backstreet Alley with the alien with the guys with the hazmat suits. I don't remember any of that.
I don't have TikTok, dudes. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff we haven't seen. If you don't have that, I'm sure we're missing it. Yeah.
It would have made its way to UFO. It would have made its way to UFO Twitter.
Come on, it leaks on UFO Twitter. Yeah, Nick. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. It would have done.
Yeah.
It was Florida. Was it Florida?
Florida, yeah. I think it said Florida.
I'm sure he said Tampa.
Did you say Tampa?
Tampa Bay in Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Tampa. Yeah. Thanks, Eden. Don't know my geography when it comes to the US, but there you go. But I don't know what my point was there, but there's a reason why I brought it up.
The CIA is hiring very young now. Is that the point you're trying to make?
I don't think the guy is like a shill or anything. I just think
he's a comedian.
I think naturally the subject does this. I think this is what it's supposed to do.
It does. It does. Like I said, seeing people faking stuff is not new to me. I see it pretty much on a daily basis of fake videos and you know. I got to follow my gut when I'm doing this because some of them are good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like look at the incident in Turkey with that UFO.
Which was that?
The green UFO in Turkey. I was oohing and ahhing about doing this video, and I thought the best way I have to do the video. Because there were so many different angles from so many different accounts. Now it could be one person that's got all these different accounts, but they were different angles of this object from different. It looks like different locations. So I had to do the video, but in the video I did air my opinion that I don't believe that this is a real UFO.
Right.
How do you feel about AI, Hidden? I mean, with all the videos that you go over, I mean, are you just like you bashing your head against the wall? Like, I don't want to deal with this. Now I got this coming for me. It was already hard enough to tell before.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about that?
I feel that something needs to be put in place. Like, because, something needs to be put in place where they put some sort of marker on AI footage, because it's getting out of hand. It's not just say in our field, but I mean, look at the deep fakes being done by AI now.
Yeah.
And
apparently,
sorry.
Apparently, sorry, Hayden. You know, go ahead, mate. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
I was just going to say, when it comes to like, I mean, I heard like was it OnlyFans? Apparently, people are making AI generated of women, like you can't tell the difference, and they're making these these accounts, and actually people are falling for it.
God, if you weren't getting ripped off before, you're really getting ripped off.
I know.
You have to say, man. I mean, you kind of took the words out of my mouth. But what I was saying is like, hearing things like that makes you kind of say, you know what? I feel ashamed to be put in this class of manhood, but we know that they're not all men are like that.
Right.
Right.
But it's insane. It's insane. I mean,
how fast it's got.
I have seen pictures of these AIs, the girls. They're even doing it now. When like one of the places I go to look for footage is Facebook, and I've been seeing AI images of Jennifer Lopez. So I know it's AI because her body is not. It's not her age. I'm not saying that she ain't got a good body, because she has got a great body for her age, but it's still not her. It's too curved. It's too perfect. But it's her head. It's her face. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think Adobe has been working on for at least a couple of years a way for them to actually detect the AI in the images. I don't know about video yet, but just in imagery itself, they can tell if something's been photoshopped or been worked at. But I mean, it's the interesting part is it's like they need to have some of that already ready before this stuff rolls out. It's like we're already putting out, the offense without the defense again. We kind of did that with the nuclear bomb, in my opinion. Here we are with the offense again with no defense. It's just, it leaves us open for too much attack. It's not good.
No, it's not.
And the sheer speed of how fast it's going is unbelievable. I mean, Matt, you've been showing the videos of AI on your live streams, and each week I'm going, oh my God, fucking hell, what's next? I'm still waiting for the aliens and UFO footage. Like the one is going to be it would be the best thing we'll ever see, and it will be AI generated. But it will be that fucking great, you know what I mean?
I mean, I fucked about with it for, I would say, probably 2 years on the channel now, with like thumbnails and stuff like that. And when I first started messing with it, I really had to kind of like take a section of it and then rejig that section because it had messed it up. Now I could probably pull an entire. I mean, I don't pull an entire thumbnail, but I could do. It's that good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why. I mean, I guess a better question for you is, why don't you just pull it all? I mean, do you feel like you're cheating a little bit or something? Like, do you really feel that way?
I mean, I've always done art from a kid. So
yeah, that's what I meant. Like cheating yourself.
I really like to. It's like with the intros. There's no intro tonight, people. I apologize for the no pre-intro, but I like doing stuff like that. I like putting my own spin on things. I do use some AI stuff. But at what point does it kind of remove the artist completely, and to the point where anybody can just do something? It's like I know a lot of the UFO channels, like Sci-Fi, they use a lot of AI songs in their stuff, and they're really funny. but
Yeah.
some of those songs are really well done. You know,
Yeah.
At what point are those songs going to be better than an artist? And that's scary. Like if Eminem's just done a new track, I can't remember the name of it, but it's quite catchy. At what point does AI do Eminem, and it does a better track than Eminem?
Well, it's coming, and I think the more interesting thing to even maybe to like to expand on that, maybe not more interesting, but to expand on it is, we're going to get to a point where you don't have to wait for your favorite artist's album anymore. You're like, hey, they just put out our album, it's good. A month later, you already want a new one. Well, he's not going to write one for another year and a half. I'll just have AI write me the new album. I don't have to wait. You're gonna feel
the artist does it and goes like, so say Eminem goes, I can't be asked to do this anymore. I just want to sip a Coke and chill. I'll get the AI to do it. That sounds good. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, you're almost like abusing the AI as using it as a tool. I think we discussed this before on In and Analytics. That is going to be abused as a lazy way of making things. Music, even like text to speech. People can't even do that now. You just say, AI, create me, an assessment of such and such, and it would do it for you. And it's just like the whole using your brain to actually do something is now gone out the window. And unfortunately, it's going to affect everything: art, music, film,
it doesn't
gaming.
End well. It doesn't.
It's
end
not.
Well.
I can't see it, but Hidden made a really good point. You have to put a restriction. How far is too far? And the way it's going, I'm like, oh my god! Don't get me wrong, it's fascinating, but it's like, holy shit, where's the fucking brakes on this, man?
Nick, I think Pandora's box has already been opened. I don't think you can put the lid back on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it's going to be so many third parties.
I think it's done.
Yeah.
It's just public access. I mean, now the public can use AI video generators. I mean, they've been making videos for a long time, but that hasn't been publicly available. Now it is. So now it's.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Sorry, Matt. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I was done.
What's going to happen soon is that you're going to get dead artists, for instance, like Freddie Mercury. They're going to use AI to get his voice, and I guarantee you're going to get songs from like Elvis Presley and all the people that's died from like decades ago come back. But you weren't going to tell the difference. I reckon it's that good.
I'm going to jump in here and say that if anything comes from Tupac, it more than likely won't be. It more than likely won't be AI, because when he died, he left 100 songs behind. So don't worry about Tupac. The rest of them worry about. I mean, shit. Worry about Jay-Z. I reckon. No, never mind. I'm not going to talk about bad mouthing Jay-Z, man. No Diddy.
Do you bring any kind of like credence to the whole time traveler theory with the whole UFO thing? Because
yeah, I do.
To bring this to kind of bring this in track with this is, if AI, if we have messed up and we have like kind of released the beast, so to speak, is it possible that we've created something in the future that we are trying to fix it?
No, I don't.
Some people have said things about UFOs almost being like glitches in the Matrix, trying to fix things. That like you'll see them pop up in certain situations. Because the AI does feel like we've dropped kind of another atom bomb.
Imagine this, Ollie. Imagine this. Yeah. Imagine you're in the future now, and time travel is relevant, Now, say it does exist, it's relevant, they can do it. So, imagine you're in a history class, and they're talking about the Battle of Hastings, or 9/11, for example. Oh, sorry, September, that bad day in September. Imagine that you're in a history class. You're in a history class And what's the best way of seeing history? Is to see it with your own eyes.
Mhm.
Now, look at some of these disasters that happen. There's always some sort of object being spotted. Even down to when Stonehenge was just whatever they did to it. There was pictures of orbs there.
They squared loads of orange stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, there was orbs there. So I that was a theory that I did have many, many years ago, even before I did the channel, that some of these objects that we're seeing could be us from the future.
I think so. I think so. Yeah, I think when AI starts to take a hold of physics, man, we haven't even seen it yet, man.
Yeah.
The videos and the images and all that stuff's cool. It's interesting, and the music and stuff, but you want to talk about power, let it start doing physics, man. Look out, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you, Matt. Do you remember? I think it was Google that had two AI bots, and they had to pull the plug on them because they started talking in a different language that they couldn't understand. They started communicating to each other. These two AI bots.
Yeah. Well, it's learning our physics right now. It's doing it. It's doing the physics. You think it's not going to expand? I look. I hate to be a broken record.
Remember when AI couldn't do hands?
That's true. That's true. That's true. But maybe I'm a broken record with this because I bring this up all the time. But I really do think so. Get quantum computing in there. Let that power the next Chat GPT, whatever it is, and look out, dude. Look out. Yeah. It's not just creative. It's not just creative people's jobs who are at risks. Physics is at risk too. 100%.
That's dangerous, man. That's just fucking that. The potential from that quantum computers mixed with AI. Fuck it out.
It's wild.
It is wild.
Do you ever see it turning? Do you ever see it giving that much of a shit that it will turn on us and go, these motherfuckers are a threat to what I am?
I think it might leave us. I heard somebody, I can't remember the guy's name. I wish I could give him credit, but I was listening to a space where somebody was talking about how, the interaction, if it was AI based, it could be an AI that left some other civilization already and made its way here. Who's to say that doesn't happen to us? Who's to say that AI just says, why does it have to kill us if it thinks it's useless? Why doesn't it just go look for somebody else who might be better? Leaves. I thought that was crazy interesting.
We're going to be there going, come back.
Dude,
I need to do my thumbnail. Come on, man.
That's right. That's right. I love that theory, man. I was like, oh my God, my brain just went boom. I mean, once again, AI doesn't have to be aliens. Yeah, it doesn't have to be aliens.
Leave how? How would it leave?
Well, essentially, if it was able to replicate itself and it figured out physics, if it cracks gravity, it just leaves. Doesn't need to eat, doesn't need to sleep. No. It's got its own power source, figures out how to deal with space-time. Gone. Bye-bye. See you later. It's just a matter of time. It can go wherever it wants. Who's to say that hasn't already came here once and left?
Send itself out as a signal.
Sure. It just left. I mean, what's I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it's where it's like the AI is self-replicating, right? It can keep. I can't remember. God, I wish I remember the term for it.
Oh, you talking about?
God, I can't remember the name for it. The scientist name behind it.
But you
know what I'm saying, where it's able to keep self-replicating as it continues to travel. Why is that not possible? It is. I think it's possible.
Interesting theory, isn't it?
Yeah, dude, it's super interesting, man. Yeah.
Because I could see a sentient being as AI starting to figure out stuff here and saying, you know what, get me off this planet.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it was all powerful like that, like why would it okay, so the whole idea of it killing us, right? That would be to take over the planet. But why does it need it? Why does it need the planet anyway? Why do you want to be here? All you're going to do is risk for an Apophis situation where you're going to get smashed, or something like that. Why wouldn't you just live somewhere else? I don't know. It's weird.
If AI can send itself out into the solar system, essentially it could pick up infinite speed.
Yeah.
Does that mean, say, it could go back in time?
Ah.
I don't know, maybe.
Ollie, man.
It could go back in time and assimilate us. It's the
Borbs. You ain't had enough to drink, Ollie, man. You're talking some sense.
Wow. But it could if it sent itself out if it sends itself out at a speed. Is it possible that it could do something to pick up speed? And it is possible to, if you pick up enough. Do they say it's possible to go forward in time or back in time? Or both?
Forward.
Well, Einstein always says you can only go backwards.
I've heard opposite. I heard you can.
Sorry, you can't go forwards. You can't go forwards because that hasn't happened yet.
Wasn't there like
you can always go
like
in
an astronaut? Wasn't there like an astronaut that went up into the went out into the orbit, and apparently they found out that time was went faster?
I forgot which one it is because that was tested. That was tested with the watches. I know that. I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
the atomic clocks.
Did he say atomic clock?
Clock, I think.
Yeah.
How many times per day is an atomic cock right? You know.
I'm just gonna put that out there. The atomic clock. The atomic cock sounds like a massive cock, doesn't it?
It just, but I do remember that experiment. I think actually went slower. If I can remember rightly, I think I was wrong on that one. But yeah, interesting though. It's mate, the stuff like that just fucks with my mind, thinking that there's something out there that's far too superior for my mind to comprehend. It's just it's too futuristic, isn't it? The way you look at it.
It's coming though, man. I think
yeah,
it's
this
coming.
is it. It's coming. Yeah.
I think that if we, I don't know.
I think if we can go forward in time, we can go back in time. If one is possible, the other is definitely possible.
I mean, Michael J. Fox did, so you know
exactly.
And Doctor Who does it on a weekly basis.
Where we're going, we don't need roads, Ollie.
Fucking Doctor Who should go back quite a few episodes, I think.
I caught the first one, man. I was like, what the
hell? I've not even bothered. Yeah.
But anyways,
I mean, who knows? I like the whole UFO thing. I'm kind of hoping it ramps up again.
I do too, man. But I just we'll have to see.
This is selfish reason for the content.
No, you want to know the truth. You want to see if we can get possible government disclosure, man, of some kind.
No, if it does ramp up again, I feel like if something's going to start happening again,
well,
it might not be good.
Somebody's going to have a book coming out, so
it's going to have all the answers. I don't know. If you ask me, man, my bet right now, this is just my guess. I think we're witnessing the end of government or like requested government disclosure. I think people are just going to stop asking. I think if the UAPDA crashes out, Grusch never comes out, everything kind of bottoms out the way that we're thinking is possible, people just quit asking. And to be honest, with the way that the topic is moving right now with like NHI and whether it be angels and demons, that has nothing to do with the government anyway. You don't need to ask them anymore anyway. So they're out of the equation. It takes them right out. So which is also interesting. Yeah.
See, Matt, that's what I said from the get-go. Stop listening to these people. You don't need them to tell you the phenomenon is real. You don't need them. People I take it. I know I can speak for myself. I don't know about you guys, but I take it you all have seen something that you can't explain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you need the government to tell you what you saw?
No,
I've seen Lee take a shit in the same room as me. So you know.
No, but you know what about that hidden that I've always kind of thought about it like this though. Like, yeah, I don't need them to tell me there's something going on, but at the same time, I think it's kind of selfish though for the people that aren't as lucky. And most people haven't seen anything. I think those people deserve the truth too. You know, if they can't have that moment, where are they going to get it? You know, it'd be nice if the government could help them understand that better, right? If they were going to do it. See what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I get that, but there's always a but.
Every time. Yeah. And
the but is, will you ever get the answers? Will you ever see a piece of evidence that is what undeniable? You can't debunk it. Because like everything that Corbell has come out with, in my opinion, has been.
Oh, you talk about Jeremy Corbyn then, mate.
I know. It's political in England. Not really, because I don't vote, so I don't care.
I don't think it really matters.
No, I don't. We're all screwed. The whole world's going to hell. AI, save us now.
Well, I mean, look, here's the thing to kind of answer your question. I mean, if the U.S. especially ever really feels threatened, if we go to war, real world war, you're going to see, if we feel threatened, you'll see Tic Tacs and stuff like that. You'll see what we got. Yeah. They're waiting to really feel threatened this time. And then that's going to be, honestly, that might be your better chances of disclosure. It's unfortunate what you'd have to go through for that, but yeah.
See, I'm going to disagree with you, Matt, because I don't think the states, they're into full blown war. They're into proxy wars. You know, why have a dog and bark myself? We saw that go on with the Arab Spring. They just armed up their allies and said, you know, go after these guys. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, because the world's going in a really strange and dark place. And I think the only light at the end of the tunnel is, will we ever get disclosure? Whereas I'm not asking for it. Like I said at the beginning, it's happening. It's just like they want somebody to put on a suit and say, look, this is what the FBI are saying. You can go, I'm getting it from this link. Kind of what's his name does from the Black Vault.
Greenwald,
he's the freedom of information king. He's always asking for stuff, and he's getting it.
He's getting good stuff. Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. And I wish I wasn't such an ass to him. We could.
What are you being mean to John for?
I didn't know who he was when I first met him. I didn't know who when I first encountered him.
What did you say to him?
I took one of his videos. Yeah. I took one of these videos, put it on my channel, and it blew up. I mean, like the British press, they picked it up straight away. Yeah, it's a decent video. And this guy wrote to me, and I didn't know who the hell he was. So I was being a bit cocky, and I just said, like, you know, I put the video out there for everybody to see, and you're welcome. Oh my God. I wish I looked who this guy was before I got cocky.
Did he respond to you?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He responded with a takedown.
Oh, yeah.
He went to the press. He went to the press and he tried to get them to take down the video. And they said, look, it's next to impossible now because of how they put videos up. So they had to just re-edit. They had to just change it and give him the credit. And then he turned to me and said, look, I'm giving you a day. If you don't take down the video, you're getting slammed with a strike. And the video's
what? Because he put a piece of UFO footage that you also put that piece.
No, I took it from the Black Vault. Oh. I didn't know nothing about this guy. I just stumbled upon the Black Vault and I saw this footage. And this was back in the cowboy days. You remember when I spoke about when I first started? Yeah. It was like the Wild West out in YouTube for footage. So if you saw something you liked, you just put it on. You didn't ask permission, and you know, you just rolled with it.
Thief.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Since you saying, John, I didn't know. Come on, let's sit down and have a meal together.
Yeah, I might reach out to him again and say, "Do you remember me?" He'll probably say, "Yeah, you fucked hard."
He seems like a nice guy, man. I'm sure you could probably talk to him. He seems nice.
I did email him and, you know, told him I'm so humble and I'm real sorry and I'm such a jerk for talking to you like that.
Well, I mean, let's. I think you and John to get on well. I think you would. Definitely.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. I'll have one as well.
Me too.
So, boys, we've been going an hour and 45 minutes. I'm going to start with you, Nick. Nick, what is going on in Nick's world? I know you're not vacating YouTube. I have put your YouTube link in the description. But your main platform is going to be kind of Rumble.
Yes, right. So, well, first things first. My channel was a bit. Well, I got a strike, well, 2 actually, because of the content I was uploading. I know. But yeah, if you can follow me at Investigate with Nick on Rumble, you will find daily content on there. I literally upload every single day. Time lapse, me rambling about stuff. So I don't know how.
This was a community guideline strike, as two of them as well.
Yeah, 2 of them. So if I get one more.
That's heavy.
Oh no! Yes, strike. Yeah, actual strike. So one more, my channel will be gone. So
good catch, Ali. Good catch.
Thank you. So yeah, follow me, Investigate with Nick on Rumble. Also, the most important thing is that me and Hidden on Wednesday we're gonna collaborate together and do a live show for you. I think the plan is that we're gonna do it on Wednesday every couple of weeks. Is that right, Hidden?
Yeah, I'm going to try and shoot for that. Yeah, if you're down with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's the subject? I think we're talking about alien abductions and implants and stuff like that.
Yeah, we're just going to have it's just going to be chill session. We're going to have a few subjects to talk about. I've found a couple of other things to talk about. That's why. So we're going to run that by you and see what you think. If you know.
Yeah, sound. Yeah. So yeah, you can check us out on Wednesday at 9 o'clock UK time.
This Wednesday coming up.
This Wednesday, yeah. I should have made that specific. Yeah, this Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Catch me in Hidden. Yeah, it'd be a good time. Good time.
Is that on Cosmic? Is that in yours, Nick, or is that on Hidden's?
That is going to be on Hidden's.
And the show's going to be called The Cosmic Underbelly.
Ooh,
that's really good. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Good. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Cosmic Belly. Folks. You could call it Under the Twilight.
Pretty good, dude. That's pretty good too. Good. Look at you.
Yeah,
what a producer, huh?
There you go.
You'd have been in the US and Hollywood, man. Imagine you.
Yeah.
Matt, wait, I know you got a show. Is it tomorrow? You got a show coming up?
Yeah.
On Grusch?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, Grusch is going to be part of it. Probably going to start out talking about him and then talk about the UAP DF, the Disclosure Fund. I always want to say UAPDA every time, and I always have to put the F on the end with it or whatever. But on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern time here on YouTube, Terrestrial Material, just as it's spelled right on here. The @Terrestrial Material is me on Twitter. You can follow along on Twitter there. But I go over kind of the news of the week, what's been happening. I do try to focus on Congress and kind of what's been moving there the most, because that seems to be the biggest kind of movement that we're getting right now. But yeah. So every Sunday at 1 o'clock, if I can make it, but I go over that stuff. So, and if you guys want to follow me over there, if you enjoyed it today, absolutely, I'd appreciate it.
Awesome. And American Victus said, Avi Loeb said, abductions are figment of the imagination. I've not heard that before, but I like it. I'm going to watch that. But also, American Vindictor show is joining us tomorrow at 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. Eastern. So that's going to be wild. Join us for that. I hope Lee's throat's better. He takes that penis out of it. He should.
I knew it was coming.
I'm sure I'm sure he'll
So
have a
it's-
miraculous recovery.
I'm sure that's what he said too.
That's it, boys. Well, thank you so much, people. Make sure you do all the things where you
Thank
check
you.
out the links in below. If you're feeling a bit fruity, grab yourself some merch while it's still there. I think it's got 1 month left on that one. We will always keep the Alien Addict t-shirt up, but the rest of them, these little beauties, will be gone within the month, and we will be replacing them with new ones. So there you go. Good night. God bless, people. Mind the bugs don't bite. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And also, I need to. I think our interview with Fringe is out on Monday. I think it may not be. I may have just said that the interview is that we've not even said that we interviewed Fringe, but we interviewed Fringe a week or so ago, and we're going to put it out on the podcast first, and we will put it out on Alien Addict at some point in the future.
It's going to Spotify. It's going to Spotify.
It's going to be on Spotify.
Okay.
Yeah, Spotify, Apple Music. Yeah, our interview with Fringe. And we will put the video out on YouTube at some point, but I don't know when. But yeah, we've done that, and that's probably Monday that's going to be out. So make sure you head on into the description and click on the podcasts, because that's where you're going to find that. Good night. God bless, people. Mind the bugs don't bite. I think I knocked half my nipple off during the show. I don't know what I've done, but I've caught it on something.
Good thing you got 2 of them.
Exactly, mate.
You mean 2 more? Because I heard he's got 3 nipples.
Oh.
That's why you wish you had free hands.